Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes on this fine Friday morning. We're moving in to a very nice warm weekend, apparently. I do hope so. It's a bit fresh at the moment, but not as bad as it has been. Now, I've got a load of stuff to get through today. This is like the carryover from last night. So whatever's going to hit through the day, it's going to be, I don't know how many videos I'm going to be doing. It's going to be quite extensive, I think. So absolutely hit the subscribe button. Don't miss anything out. And definitely like this one because it's highlighting once again the absolute failure that is the education system in Scotland, especially under Swinney's watch, because it seems that ever since he's taken control, all these universities are feeling quite refreshingly open about their ability to challenge the SNP. I don't think Swinney carries any kind of authority, and so I think there's going to be a lot of change. Certainly when you look at things like the NHS trying to drop the free prescriptions as well, it seems as though Swinney is just a yesterday's man without any authority, without any power. And it's a sad shame that he's the only one who doesn't realise that. Anyway, we'll take a look at this because it's the figures that have come from the universities themselves. And they're talking about the massive increase in the number of foreign students that are getting enrolled in all the universities across Scotland, with St Andrews and Edinburgh having way more foreign students than Scottish students, because obviously the foreign ones have to pay the full whack, whereas the Scottish ones only get a little pittance from the government, but they're obliged by law to do this. But they keep trying to cut the numbers, shave it, till eventually there'll be none, and that is the plan. But the universities have cut the number of places available to Scots students by 10% last year in order to increase the number of foreign students, in order to keep the universities viable. They're saying it costs a lot of money to run these universities. I think when you're paying these chancellors millions of pounds a year, that doesn't really help. But, you do have a lot of them, particularly the older universities. There is actually the material upkeep of the buildings. That's always going to be an issue, plus staff, not just teaching staff, obviously all the ancillary stuff as well. These things aren't cheap, we accept that. But it's this belief that the SNP have that they can give people a free education. And they call it the free education. But of course it's no such thing. There is no such thing as a free lunch. And unfortunately for the SNP, they haven't grasped that yet. And so the great cost is that since there's no or very few free places available in Scotland, Scots who want to get educated have to therefore pay the full price, £9,000 or so per year. And that's fine, but if they're going to pay that anyway, a lot of them are going to go to other universities. A lot of them will be in England, perhaps. And once they're down there and they make those connections and they do their courses, there's no guarantee they're coming back. And so you're going to get this brain drain. And that is also being seen. And of course, they're down there, they're freshly qualified, they're straight out of university, combed their hair, shined their boots, gone for a job. And they're saying, well, I ain't going back to Scotland. I do the same job in Scotland. I get taxed much more for it. And this is what is indeed happening. But as I say, the statistics are showing that these two big ones, Edinburgh University, tripping over my own teeth there, and St Andrews, both very fine universities, top universities. We know they are, some of the best universities in Britain, but they can't afford to keep subsidising effectively Scottish students, and so that's going to be a problem going forward. And there is only one possible way of saving it. And that is that Scottish students will have to make some form of contribution to their education. Otherwise, they won't get educated at all. And it'll just be filled with Chinese people predominantly. But you pay your money, you take your chance. So you have to ask what John Swinney, who ultimately is responsible, is going to do about it. And it'll be the same as everything else, I think. Nothing. Thanks a lot. Bye.